Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we have to talk about last night's episode of Sister Wives. Mostly what we saw was Ysabel's surgery, which for all of Kody's blasé attitude towards her condition, towards the scoliosis and ways to fix it, actually seeing her go through the procedure was heart-wrenching for, I'm sure, all of us watching. So that was the bulk of the episode. And then the previews for next week, a bombshell gets dropped that Robyn has a nanny. And I have already seen talk online about what the actual fuck. So we're going to talk about that in today's video. So like I said, in this last episode, the bulk of the episode was Ysabel getting her surgery. You know, people have surgeries every day, right? I don't think that a lot of us probably fully appreciated just how massive this surgery was. I happen to know about this surgery because my best friend in high school, she had this surgery when she was, I think, 15 or 16. So I just happened to know about this surgery. Had I not, I probably wouldn't have fully appreciated like all that goes into it. My friend had the surgery where they actually do open the back and put the rods in. Ysabel, she had the modified surgery where they go in through the side. They do it through fibers, a bunch of science. And the surgery itself took 2 hours longer than they expected it to, and her recovery was brutal, grueling. And thankfully, she was around family. She was at her aunt's house, and some of her siblings came and showed up to show their support. And I just thought that that was so heartwarming and touching. They were rooting her on, saying like her scar's badass, which is absolutely badass. And I'm so excited to see what kind of cool tattoos she designs. But you know who wasn't there? Kody. At one point in the episode, Kody says in his interview that COVID has revealed us. And I don't think that that could be more accurate. We have Mary sitting over here saying, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here, like it or not, which is so sad to me. It's so sad to me. He's talking about how he doesn't have a relationship with Christine. He hardly ever talks to Mary. They're kind of friendly right now, so woohoo for Mary. And he still has an affection and wants to see Janelle, but he has kids that are, you know, living lives. And we're going to touch on that in a second. But I just have always had such a problem with the way that he has blamed his children for him not coming around. And now we know that it was all bullshit. All of these excuses, all of this COVID protocol is all bullshit. And Gabriel even called it, I think it was the second or third episode of the season, where he said, if all of the, I forget the conversation was around, what if they got infected, you know, or what if this is over and he still doesn't come around, then this really wasn't about COVID at all. And we know now that it really is not about COVID at all. So let's take a look at the next time on, and I'm like, what the actual fuck?
Next time on Sister Wives.
You have a nanny over. She's over all the time. I don't understand why Ysabel can't come over and hang out. She's devastated.
What does the nanny do?
Everybody's like suspicious of me. Will just please stop.
My kids are blaming Robyn for making the rules.
I'm at my wit's end with this whole stuff.
Are you the head of the family?
No,
Kody, I was just sorry.
Stop. Why in the world would anybody think that I'm somehow behind this?
So these are some of the thoughts I had while watching this. Like, for me, how are these wives not more angry? Especially Mary, when Mary has such a close relationship with Ari and Saul, and I'll touch on that in a second. So, you're meaning to tell me that Robyn has a nanny and 3 adult children that can help you manage 2 little kids, and I am not going to minimize the toll that COVID took on parents. Parents became teachers, that full-time caregivers. It was a lot. And to have multiple children, I can only imagine. I don't want to minimize that, but Robyn has a house full of help. She has 3 adult children, the 2 little kids. And Kody, she couldn't be away from Kody for that 6 or 8 weeks that he would have needed to stay away so that he could be there for his daughter through this major surgery. What? When they all meet up at the end of the episode and Ysabel shows everyone her scar, you know, how are you doing, Ysabel? So glad you made it through safely. Christine mentions that she's exhausted, and Kody talks in his interview about the fact that she is the full-time caregiver. He's not there to offer her any sort of relief. So the kid just goes through a major surgery. You're not there to help. Robyn, who has nothing but helping hands in the house, gets a nanny? You couldn't even suggest or maybe hire a nurse or a helper for her for a couple weeks? My God. And like I said, I have no problem if you desire the help, need the help, and can afford to have the help, then by all means. I don't think anybody, or at least I'm not sitting here judging Robyn purely on the basis of having a nanny. It's the fact that the reason why they aren't around the rest of the family who all could help with the kids, i.e. Mary, who has a really close relationship with Ari and Solomon, is because you don't want to risk exposure. But you're gonna have a stranger come into your house every day. You'll risk exposure for a stranger, but not your own family? At the end of the day, Robyn is isolating Kody from the rest of the family. Kody's cool with it because he doesn't really want relationships with most of these women to begin with anymore. But, you know, what does he say in the, he said something like, I've done a lot of crazy things to get into heaven and I don't want anyone going there too early. So he's done all these crazy things, i.e. plural marriage, to get into heaven because that is the faith that he believes in. But I saw someone mention it on my Instagram, I think, why would you want to spend eternity with people that you don't even want to be around here on earth? I don't understand it, but I mean, it has always irked me and irritated me that he feels like he deserves some sort of award simply because he has not left, specifically Mary. But he almost is like pushing the women to leave him, and he was successful in doing that with Christine. But Kody is all aboard Robyn's plan because it means he doesn't have to participate in being a husband or father to these 3 other families that he's created. It's like he gets to pretend to be the good guy without having to actually put forth any effort or do the humane thing, which would be to divorce the women that he no longer seeks a romantic relationship with. Anyways, you guys will have to let me know what you think down in the comments. What do you think of Robyn having a nanny? I'm sure that the nanny is following all necessary protocols to be safe inside the home. I don't discount that, but so could all the other family members, and they could help out and see each other. And the kids have mentioned multiple times how badly they miss their siblings. Truly, we saw her have a really emotional moment when she couldn't play with Ari and Sol. So Robyn and Kody are doing far more detriment to their family by keeping everyone isolated than any good, in my opinion. And I really want to hear what you guys have to say. So let me know down in the comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.